Hi everybody, today I'm out testing the DJI Ronin Rs4 Mini, and I've got the Sony A7iii mounted on top of it with the 28 to 70mm lens. I've also got the mic adapter for the DJI mics as well attached. Just testing it out to see what it's like carrying this sort of payload. It seems absolutely fine at the moment. It's far too heavy a setup to use for vlogging. I would never use this for a vlog situation unless I really had to and it was something special that I wanted to film. But I'm just going to get some little bits of footage now, just shoot around, just test the gimbal out, and I'll insert some of the footage in this clip just to sort of give you an idea of its stabilisation abilities. But for now, it looks really good. It was quite simple to set up, in all honesty. Oh, now active track has now come on because of my hand gesture. And it's gone slightly off to the right. So I need to stop that. So that is kind of irritating. There you go, I've adjusted it manually now myself. There's a couple of different hand gestures you can use. If you raise your palm of your hand, it'll start active tracking. I use my hands a lot, so that's probably going to be a pain actually. I might want to turn that off. But yeah, let's give the camera a try on this gimbal and let's see what kind of footage we can get. Yeah, the only thing I would say, if you're going to use this as a vlogging setup, you're going to want to put a much wider lens on it. I've got this all the way at 28 at the moment, and it's just a touch too close. I'm having to hold the camera quite far away. I do have a 10mm at home. I'll probably try that out next time. And that's probably much easier then because I could hold it closer to my body, and then maybe this gimbal setup wouldn't feel quite so heavy. But yeah, as you can see from that bit of footage that I took it's actually really easy to use, so loving it so far. So today I'm only doing a quick test. I just wanted to see how it handled. It's the first time I've used it. Few things I want to say about it. It's really simple to set up, much easier than any of the other gimbals I've ever used before. In fact, I think the last one I used a lot really was the Xeon Crane. That was probably the last one. And that was really quite fiddly to set up. However, once it was set up, it was really sort of stable and it stayed like that for months and months. Didn't have to touch it again. This one, very easy to set up, and there's some really cool features in there to help you with the balancing as well. But I always suggest maybe balancing it by itself with all the motors off first, and then using that feature afterwards just to sort of calibrate it and get it exactly how you want it. It does get a lot better then. The other thing I was going to say was, who's it for? I actually think anyone could use this. I think you could totally use it for pro shoots. I think you could use it for everyday shooting, like what I'm going to be using it for. And I'm going to use it for more sort of higher level production where I want to get something maybe more commercial looking. For everyday use, I'm going to stick to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 because the picture quality is great. It's awesome for social media. It's a bit easier to sync up the microphones. I haven't got to put any additional attachments on or anything like that. So for day-to-day use, if I was going to pick between the Osmo Pocket 3, which is tiny, and this setup, I'm choosing the Osmo all day. Just way easier to use. But in terms of quality, this definitely allows for that. So hopefully this sort of shows you what the gimbal is capable of doing and how stable the footage looked. And it did look very stable. I was shooting 4K 100 frames a second on the Sony A7iii, but which does help obviously with the smoothing out as well because you're shooting a lot of slow-mo stuff. But even when I looked back at some of the 24 frame stuff, it just as good. It looks perfectly smooth. Like, it's really, it's what you come to expect with DJI. So I'm really happy with it. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, and once I've had a bit more of a play with it, I'll do a more extensive review of it a little bit further down the line. But there's lots of them on YouTube that you can go and watch. I just wanted to give you a real world test, really, and actually see whether it was worth all the hype. Big thumbs up from me. Totally worth the money for the £400 that I paid for it, with the extra handle and the tracking system. Definitely worth the money. So very happy with that. We're going to be using it a lot on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another one.